Hey, Lay. Layla. Look at you, pretty girl. That's Sam. Yeah, hi, big guy. Hi, big old guy. Oh, Sam. I know that I've talked about it before, but don't know how much longer he's got. And I think that his time is going to be coming probably sooner rather than later. He's just an old guy, and his body is just not what it used to be. His hips and his joints are starting to fail him, and there's not too many options that aren't going to be detrimental to him. I mean, we already do give him a lot of different medications for inflammation, for pain management. But I mean, you can only give them so many medications before that starts wreaking havoc on their internal structures, on their organs and everything. And then, I mean, surgery is pretty much out of the question because, for old guys like that, I mean, it's tremendously risky. So, we're just going to try to, keep him as comfortable as possible until the time comes. And it's probably, I really don't want to speculate as to like the number, but I mean, it's going to be happening. It is. So we got to kind of gear ourselves kind of towards that. You know what I'm saying? Open that up on a depressing note. Hello, all of you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again, and welcome to another gray and rainy and dismal walk around the compound webcast. So sorry about that, but it's a part of it. It's a part of it. Part of the whole thing, part of the whole shebang, part of the whole deal. You get to enjoy the roars and the peets and the squeaks and the hashtag kill play, kill play, kill play. It's the price of admission. For those cool things, for those enjoyable things, you gotta put up with that other stuff too. Oh, Clyde. So regal, so handsome. I want to thank everyone. Ow! Oh my gosh. Like, as soon as I get up, I peet to you. I peet to you. Here, this is my peet. Look at it. I extend my peetitude to you. And like with all the rain and all the mud, like, look at all those Pete's prints. Look at all them Pete's prints. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh, Clyde. Stumpy Bulldog Clyde. Pete's prints! Look at the Pete's prints! Yep, we got more rain. More rain. Oh, I was saying something. Oh, thank you to everyone who has done title cards. I was getting a bunch emailed to me, and that's awesome. Been putting those up onto old videos, and what? 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 Oh, whisper me. For such a big and imposing and tough guy, you just have the most whispery of moos. Gonna pee on something. Ugh. Watch where you're putting the business end of that thing, huh? Hi, Raven. Hi, old girl. Row. I don't wish to be disturbed. Hey, Raven. Yes, I blew on your butt. What are you going to do about it? But, yeah. Wind. Want to thank everyone who's already sent all those title cards. It's awesome. You know, nice turnabout. Nice turnout, turnaround or turnabout. I don't know. My brain ain't working so good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. All right. But yeah, if you want to, make more title cards, email them to me. I will gladly receive them. Other than that, I've got no other real agendas for this webcast. I didn't really think about what I was going to talk about, besides the Sam thing, I just kind of just went in hot, I'm just kind of like that. I just kind of like to, just kind of throw caution to the wind. Yeah. 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 Maverick. Seth. Hi, baby. But yeah, that's... So, there's sometimes where the conversation just kind of flows out of you, Or there's sometimes where just like, just odd, irreverent, banal words flow out of you, but they're still, in a weird way, kind of engaging. Right now, I'm just tired. What are you looking at? Oh. What are you looking at? Huh? What's going on? You see those babies over there? Those little tiki tiger cubs? Yeah, see something. Something going on. Oh. Little tiger cub. A little tiger cub. Bim bim. Bim. Hi. Hi, little guy. Hey. How are you? Yeah. Gonna be sad. Your girls are leaving. Our interns are like, they're Rachel, she already left a few days back. And then the other, Heather, she's going to be leaving tomorrow, I think. Yeah. And then Kelsey's going to stay through the weekend, and then we're having new interns that are going to be coming over the next few days. So it's going to be a whole new turnaround. So right when we get our three girls just, strong and competent and capable and confident in their abilities, they leave. And then we have to get some, just, tigers, all over again. Oh my gosh, dewdrops and tigers. What is this? It's a hammer. What? A hammer? I have never seen one of those before. These young kids, I tell you, ain't got no skills. Bless you. Slade. Yeah, you're a good guy. But no, the girls, they've been working with the boys a lot, you know, just socializing them and you know, getting them to not be so crazy around people, and they've worked really, really hard, you know, and they've become very, very bonded with these little boys. And you know, this is the thing where they're gonna leave, and this is definite. It's gonna be the last time that they will ever be able to actually, you know, interact with them, because the next time that they come around, they're gonna be too big. You know, if they decide to come, if the girls, those interns, if they ever decide to come back and visit, they're gonna be, you know, these boys are gonna be too big. So it's a very emotional time, you know, for people. I remember the last time I went in with Wally, you know, and I was the last, I was actually the last person to go in with him, and I knew that going into their enclosure that day, that this is going to be it. This is going to be the last time. And I remember just sitting there on the ground, and Wally, I just sat there on my butt with my legs out, and he laid on his back, like with his head right here, like on my chest, just kind of doing this kind of thing. And I was just scratching his tummy. And he would just kind of, every once in a while, he'd kind of sniff at my face, and just kind of sit there and just kind of daze, and yeah, I just sat and I scratched his tummy. Maybe got a little bit misty-eyed. I did. Not gonna say that I didn't. You know, he was my boy. That was rough. Having to put that experience behind you, put that bond behind you. But for the safety of yourself and the integrity of the facility, and also the safety of them, those animals, you know, we just choose to separate ourselves. We just do. Now, there's a lot of instances where you could absolutely, you know, where different people have had social relationships, you know, with adult cats. But yeah, you're rolling that dice every single time. And also, like, a lot of people don't realize, like a 3-year-old lion or a tiger is fully physically developed. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's because, yeah, she sees, oh, what does that mean, baby, coming over here? Is that mean scary baby coming over here? Is he making faces at you, Mita? Oh, is them babies making faces at you? Oh. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize that juvenile cats, like when they're 3 or 3.5 years old, they become fully physically developed. They become fully physically mature. But they don't become fully really like mentally developed until they're closer to like 5 or 5.5 years old. So they'll be kind of bouncing around as 3-year-olds, still with like this very impressionable mind of a juvenile animal. They're very easy to influence. They listen more. They listen, or they're more. What, Malita Pita? They're more. They're more able to be swayed by persuasion when they're younger. But once they start getting up to about 5 years old, 6 years old, it really changes. Their whole dynamic, their whole mental outlook changes. They become very different, and it's like they realize, like, hey, I'm a lion, or I'm a tiger. I'm not just this little. I'm a tiger. I am. Hear me roar. That's actually the only time, really, that saying is actually, like, very literally appropriate. I am tiger. Hear me roar. No, you're not a tiger. You're a lion. You know, so. Blow, blow. Oh, blow, 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 blow. Oh, blow, 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 blow. But yeah, I mean, a lot of times you're you know, and each animal is going to be different. Different animals are different. There are some cats that, I mean, you know, you're able to work with, you know, a lot more readily or a lot more easily than others. And I know that I've talked about this before, about how, you know, there's a good chance that I'll still be able to interact with Raleigh and Zubiri after I have to stop interacting with Boomer and Slade, even though Boomer and Slade are younger. It's just, they're less, you know, they're not as, I don't want to, you know, this is subjective terms, but quote unquote good, you know, kitty cats. I mean, Boomer and Slade are definitely very instinctual, and they're very opportunistic, and they're very, you know, they just want to hunt and fight, and they just want to bite, and they're just very into that whole thing. And don't get me wrong, Raleigh and Zubiri, they like to do the same stuff, but just, it doesn't, it hasn't entered into their heads with the same level of gusto that it did with those other two. So yeah, there's all sorts of different dynamics and parameters, but you know, once they get to be a certain age, and we cut it off like before they become fully physically mature, you know, that's just a given. That's just definitely a given, because you got to cut it off before there's even the potential or the possibility of, you know, some sort of incident where bodily injury could actually take place. I mean, that's just a given. You just do that. And there are some people, you know, they convince themselves that they just, there are very few people who truly have like an honest to goodness, like, I mean, they have a natural gift for working with animals. There's big cats specifically. Very few people. And the amount of work that you have to put into it, the amount of time that you have to invest into it on a day-to-day basis, every single day. You know, it's staggering. You know, like, you see like an amazing interaction between, you know, a guy like Kevin Richardson, Lion Whisperer, and the animals that he works with. But for every, like, you know, 5 or 10 minutes of on-camera time, like, you don't see the hours and the hours and the days and the days and the weeks and the months that he had to spend fostering those relationships. And even he's been through some pretty close calls. You know, some harrowing incidents. I mean, all these animals. There's, but, you know, then there's just some people out there, I don't know, man, they convince themselves that they've just got some sort of special communion, you know, and I don't know, they don't. There's definitely a lot of folks that, they don't have the natural gifts, or the proclivity towards determined tenacity, such as like what Mr. Richardson has. So, but they decide to just kind of go out and do it. Then they get themselves chomped on, and then they say, "Where did I go wrong?" If they can still talk, that is. Where is this webcast going? I just started going off on all sorts of weird tangents and just babbling all over the place. I'm going to go to Kate, and then I'm going to end. This thing was only supposed to be 10 minutes. Ugh. Hi. And we're done. Bye-bye.